Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Taylor Campbell here. I'm back again with another video for you guys and another review for you guys of a comic book that is pretty important to me, but not in the way that you might think. So when I'm having a bad day, I like to read a comic book and it makes the day a little bit brighter. When I'm having a good day, I'll read a comic book because, good days are worth celebrating, and that's how I celebrate. I like to read comic books. Comic books are my jam. I work at a stinky call center right now, and it is disastrous. People yell at me all day. It really takes a toll on me emotionally, but I am able to read comic books, and it makes things a lot more bearable. And so, very few times do I pick up a comic book and imagine myself getting pretty angry at it. And this is one of those cases, though. We're going to talk about this book. This book, Batman number 50. This is how excited I was over it. I got the blank cover copy so that someday I could maybe have somebody draw a cool picture of Batman on it. And I was just so let down. Let me tell you about it. Now, I know that this isn't the most current topic on the planet, and pretty much every other comic book YouTuber has had their opinions on this book like 6 or 7 months ago. But I'm not really the most current, but I feel like maybe now, since this issue has kind of cooled off in my head, I can give a more honest opinion of it. Maybe the passage of time has helped me find some of the gold lining in this book. So let's go ahead and hop in and find out if it got any better. So the story is extremely straightforward. Batman and Catwoman are fighting bad guys on a rooftop, and Batman just says, "Hey, we've been planning on getting married for a while. Why don't we just do it tonight?" And Catwoman's like, "Okay, I like that plan. What do we need?" "Well, we need a judge to actually marry the couple, and they need 2 witnesses. So 1 witness each." That's it. Bare bones. They're keeping it very simple. They're just going to get married on a rooftop somewhere. So the rest of the book just follows the 2 characters going forward with their wedding plans, getting the proper attire, getting 1 witness each, and getting the judge so drunk that he's not going to remember what he did the next morning. And the big appeal of the book is that between all these instances, we have these big full-page splash panels showing off different artists and their interpretation of Batman and Catwoman's relationship throughout their publication history, and across it are these love letters from Batman to Selina and vice versa. Now, I'm going to talk about the ending of the story here, and already I've given you guys a whole lot more warning than the New York Times did when they reviewed the book. Yeah, fun story. I don't know if you guys remember that, but the New York Times spoiled the ending of the book in their headline when they told DC that they weren't going to, and that was a big mess, and I don't know whose side I'm on. So Batman decides, you know what? I couldn't do this in the past, but this time I'm going to go through with it. I'm going to marry Selina Kyle. And we all applaud him for it. He goes to the rooftop. Alfred is there. He's Batman's witness, and he is very excited about this, as you could probably imagine. Poor Alfred has wanted Batman to have this for a long time. And then the judge is there, but the judge is so drunk right now, he doesn't know what he's doing. He just was told that there's a wedding, and he's on a rooftop, and he's not sure what's happening. But Catwoman, she picked up her witness, which was her best friend, Holly Robinson. And Holly is able to talk Catwoman out of appearing. And it turned out that Holly was actually working for Bane, and this whole wedding issue was just a setup for a simple Bane wants to kill Batman kind of story. I think it's a good thing that this issue has really cooled down quite a bit. Otherwise I'd be stuck on my biggest complaint. I'll tell you what that is later, but first I want to try and address some good things that this book did. So first off, I have to admit that the writing is really good. Tom King writes really well. The dialogue is really good. The love letters between Batman and Selina they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, and I love them. It's really good. And also, I love just kind of the silliness of some of these instances, right? Like, Batman wants to get married to Selina, but they can't reveal their identities, so of course they have to get the judge really drunk so that he doesn't remember anything, but that still makes them legally married. And that's fun. These are parts of comic books that I find enjoyable. And unfortunately, that's about all the good things I have to say about this book. Some of the problems I have. So, creatively speaking, doing the whole full-page splash thing might have been a really cool idea for the time, but the problem was that Action Comics 1000 did the same thing maybe a couple months earlier, and it was maybe better. And I don't have a problem with people recycling ideas, especially if they were good ideas like that, but here's the problem. 2018 had maybe 2 books that brand new readers would probably pay attention to because they had the most attention given to them. Brand new people would have picked up Batman 50 and Action Comics 1000. Now, if I was brand new and I went into a comic shop for the first time in my life and I picked up these 2 issues and I looked at them, I compared them side by side, it's going to feel like one of them is ripping off of the other. And I'm probably going to come away from it maybe a little bit disappointed. And that's not good. That and part of me keeps wanting to believe that the ending only happened the way it did because of the corporation, because Warner Brothers just didn't want Batman and Selina to be married. But it's so intricately written, which is a good thing, that you know that the ending had to have been planned from the beginning, which is a bad thing. And Tom King does this really neat, if not at all completely cliche, but it was still well executed mirroring of Batman and Catwoman's story, where the layout of each page was similar to each other, and even the dialogue was similar with itself, and I thought that was really cool. But it only just proves that this ending had to have been the way it was from the very beginning, which is really disappointing. Why is this disappointing? I'll let you know. This is my biggest complaint, and the thing that made me so angry with this book in the beginning. The problem with the ending is that it subverts our expectations for the sake of subverting our expectations. This is Batman number 50, and if you count Detective Comics, we've had about 100 Batman-based books happen since the beginning of DC Rebirth. Now, one of the big themes of DC Rebirth was that love was lost from the DC universe and they were bringing it back. It started with Superman and Lois coming back and being married and having a child, and it's wonderful. And then Aquaman and Mara decide to get married, and then Barry Allen and Iris West, they get back together. Love starts injecting itself back into the DC universe, and I can't think of a better bookend to that than letting Batman finally have his day, and it just doesn't happen. They broke the rules of the universe in a book that they promised was going to have a wedding in it. We were promised we were going to finally see Batman and Catwoman get together and have their happy day. Almost every Batman book since Rebirth was building up to this moment, and it finally gets here and it's not what we were promised. Even on DC's website currently, they talk about how it is the can't miss Batman wedding that was finally happening that we've waited for forever, and it's just not. But they keep telling us it is, and that's the thing that drives me bonkers. It's not so much the book itself, it's that we were lied to about the book for so long, and I paid an extra $1 for this. Yeah! And so, you know, the way I usually end these reviews is I'll reach over here and I'll pull over a panel, and I'll have this list here that's like, hey, if you like this book, then you'd probably like these other books, because rather than giving a number system, I believe that the book that I hate might be the book that changes your life, and I don't want to take that away from you. So I just want to give some suggestions on things that you might like. If you liked Batman number 50, or if you wanted to like Batman number 50, I would recommend that you check out these. So we've got Batman number 37, which was Batman and Catwoman having a double date with the Kents. It's fun stuff, it's kind of adorable. And of course, if you're into the Batman and Catwoman relationship, the two best books to do that are Batman The Long Halloween and Hush. And if you haven't read Hush, you need to read Hush. It's fantastic. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Did you like Batman number 50? Do you have any other suggestions for books that you would like me to cover or that other people should be reading? What's your take on the Batman-Catwoman relationship? Is there any ability for Batman to have love in his life? Go ahead and leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, until next time, thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and remember to always be your best self.